could you say a little bit about your role and your school?
Yes, I'm Richard Hipkiss. I'm the SENCO at Hargate Primary School. We've got a focused provision for hearing impaired children, and we work alongside the local authority and officers to develop that further.
Okay, so we're focusing on transfer reviews, and I'm particularly interested on that first point of contact with parents in relation to the transfer review. So how do you make first contact with parents, and how do you make it more person-centred?
For us, this is crucial because if we're going to get a good focus, a good review, we need the views of the parents, and they need to be feeling comfortable with us. So what we try to do is make it really an informal process. So I'll go out to them myself on the playground, invite them in, bring them in with me and talk about what the whole meeting's going to be about. I'll try to use elements of my own life so I can help them to feel comfortable and develop the whole experience for them, because it's about them and their child and how we can best move forward to help them to move forward for the future for the child.
So you're trying to create more confidence, that they're relaxed and so they'll participate more?
Definitely.
Feel it's part of their...
So we try to make it so it's encourage them so they don't think it's a judgmental element, that we're just there actually as a supportive team to make sure that they feel comfortable with the whole situation. They give honest answers, because that's really important for us.
Yeah, so you're getting an authentic buy-in to what's happening. Just thinking about the meeting more broadly then, we've got the role of the educational child psychologist, and then we've got the transfer officer role. How well do you think those roles have blended as a SENCO in a school?
Very well for us. They complement each other really well, because before the meeting we all get together and have different reports sent to us, and I think something that's really sensible that the Ed Psychs are using relevant reports that are quite recent. Instead of having to go through the battery of a long period of time and redo new ones, they're using ones that are relevant to the children at the moment. So they just really complement each other. And what I found really good was that they're there to hear the voice of the child and the parent, and their aim is to get the best out of them, which is what we want for the kids and for the parents.
And do you think the processes currently enable that they're recognising each of those officers?
Each of us has strengths, and they work together to develop that further through, I think. Yes.
Another step back then, thinking about the local authority, overall, do you think the local authority, the administration and the processes of the transfer reviews, what's that like from a SENCO's perspective?
Okay, the paperwork can be immense. There's quite a lot of it. However, and I understand the need to do that, some of it can repeat itself, which can be slightly annoying. So it's good from a professional point of view, because we all understand what we're doing and where we're coming from, because we're dealing with it day in, day out. The biggest issue I found is during the transfer review, I've needed to take it back to the parent, and each parent's circumstances is totally different. So it's really important that we actually look at what the needs of the parent are and simplify it. I don't mean that in a patronising way, but actually to make it accessible to them. That's really important for us.
So we've got the formality of the paperwork, and then you'll fine-tuning that to fit with where the parents are.
The needs of that particular parent.
Yeah, okay. And just really thinking about the future, and again, from a school's perspective, SENCO's perspective, and you've got the HI focused provision at the school. Taking it forward, do you have any kind of recommendations or thoughts about how we can fine-tune this process?
Yeah, I think for us, we've got a particular child who's got a life-threatening, life-limiting diagnosis. And I just wonder whether we need to do all the battery of assessments on that particular child, whether we could develop a piece of paper or something, or a process that just almost rubber stamps that child's EHCP, so that actually we can spend more time with the parent and the child to make sure they've got that nurturing element that we need to give them at that time. On that note, really, I think an issue we've had is EP hours are precious, and we need to make sure, because of having a focused provision, that we can access them more readily and have more available to the needs of the others, to sort of cascade them differently across the schools, if you like.
Yeah. Okay, so some of the EP time that you would have normally used in the past to work within the school in a range of activities, it's being kind of siphoned off towards the transfer reviews. Yeah.
Exactly.
So if we can look at that and take that forward, that's an issue for the school.
And as professionals, do we need all of the professionals there at that particular meeting? I think it could be quite daunting for the parents.
Yeah.
So if we could perhaps just have the lead professional, who obviously knows the child well, and the reviewing officer, and the parent, obviously, I think that may be a way forward as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Richard.